Very good morning and welcome back to Home Renovation Experts. Steve here, back on his garden and build. You can now see I'm back up on the roof. So what I've done is I've taken off the supporting battens around the edge, so they're now off. I'm going to drag this bad boy off, this EDPM. Just fold it. No, I shan't keep it because it's like 35 quid. It's going to have holes in it where I've had it down the sides and it's just not worth it. So I fold it, stick it in a skip, job done. Then it's going to be fitting the entire roof system. This is going to be a video worth watching. Right, so now I've kind of got all that done. What you now need to do is go around like a hammer or something metal basically. And all you want to do is go across all the nails that you kind of, well, all of them, I do mean all of them. Check every single line, every single length to see what's what. And if you hit a nail head, you'll hear a little ting and you know you need to bash the crap out of it. Put it home basically. Because what you don't want is any like raised nails sort of biting into the rubber, because obviously it might create a hole over time. So run the length, do that, make sure you've got no proud ones, which I've already done. Once you're happy that you've got them all done and dusted, chuck your hammer out the way. Now I've got one of these blowers which is bloody incredible, and literally just blast it out. A broom will do it as well, don't worry, you don't need to buy one of these. So now that that is all nailed in, all the nails are sent below the surface and it's clean, we're ready to bring the rubber up. It's heavy stuff, so this will be a good fun. Did it? So it's now up here. It looks tiny, it weighs a ton. So get it up on your shoulder, don't forget to use your knees, bend your back or bend your back, bend your knees, whichever one that doesn't break your back, do that. So get it up on the ladder, get it up here. Now, roll it out. Right, there you go, look. All rolled out beautifully. So what I've done is left an overhang at the front. Unlike that big, because we've got plenty of it. Same this side, so those sides are basically ready to go. And then obviously on the other side, there's the big offcut, and there's also another offcut here. So you're probably wondering, going, Steve, it's a bit oversized. There's a reason for that, because actually what we're going to do, we're going to build a little lean-to part here, separate, attached to the building, but completely separate. So you want the extra bit of rubber to put a roof on that bit. So it's not wasted, it will be used. So what we're going to do now, remember that old song back in the 80s? Frankie says, relax. The roof now needs to relax. So it's kind of in the sun. It was warmer a minute ago, but the clouds have come over. The point is here, you know, where it's been rolled up and stuff, let's just get the creases out of it, allow it to literally relax and just kind of settle a bit, get up to temperature, and then we'll be ready to like trim off the major league excess on the sides, and then we'll get it all glued in and stuff. Right, there you go. I've cut the excess off, so it's all now nicely rolled up down there, ready to rock and roll. So I should take you up the top, and I will say this on advance. 10 points if you can name that show. And what you're going to need for this part is that down. It's very relaxed, it's very chilled. It told me, we've had a little discussion. Big brush, the adhesive, WBA roof deck adhesive, which is lovely, a roller and a crappy tray. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold this back from there to the center, glue that half, push it back. Then we'll roll the second half back to where the glue line is, glue it and roll it back. So with this particular part of the adhesive, this does a majority of the sticking for the entire deck surface. But what we won't do is we leave about 100 mil, give or take, but we don't glue it with that. We have a special contact adhesive which does the final edge part. So literally, I roll this back and I'll show you what's what. So there you go, roll back beautifully. So what you're going to do is get some of the adhesive in a tray and sort of roll about 1 meter, fold that back onto the glue and use the brush to flatten it as you go, because you don't want any air bubbles and stuff like that. So that'll just make sure you kind of work those out as you get on with it. So when you get to the point with this, make sure firstly as well that your deck is nice and dry. I mean, it's supposed to be completely inclement and happy days today, but just spitting just a tiny bit, but not enough that I'm worried about it. So load her up and literally on you go. Like I say, leave about 100 mil towards the edge. Okay, that gives you that bit of area where you can like stick the contact adhesive. But you know, be quite liberal. They give you plenty of it. They give you plenty of it for a reason. So it gives you a nice place to embed the roof down into. Like I say, do kind of a metre, because basically as far as you can reach really when you're folding it back. So lovely, lovely. Make sure it's pushed into all the grooves and bits and pieces as well. So I'll do for my first width part, and now I'll be back in a second. So there you go, glued to about a metre. Now all I'm going to do is with one hand no less, because I am legendary, is literally fold this back over the glue like so, making sure it's kind of going nice and level as it goes. And then once I kind of get so far, I won't completely cover to the end, because obviously I want to make sure the next bit of glue is connected. So I'll just roll it out till I've got a little bit extra. Obviously this will be easier on your build because, you know, you have both hands like so. So I can still make a nice good connection with the roller for the next batch. And then what I'll do is, to be fair, I'd normally do like 2 or 3 of these, but just for the sake of like showing you. And then all you do is grab your broom with 2 hands, which I'll do in a minute. Make sure you push it, and all you're doing there is you're making sure the rubber roof and the glue has got a good connection. And it'll also help to alleviate any like bubbles and bits and pieces like that you may have in it. So push it out like that. Job is a good one. So now I'm going to rinse and repeat, do the rest of that bit, and I'll show you how it looks. Whew. As you can see, that bit's done. Taking the broom that direction, all the way through, then that way as well, just to cross stick it. If you go in one direction, there's a chance I might miss a few bits. Go in both directions, guaranteed to hit. So what I'll do now is roll this back from here to where I find the glue again. Do the exact same thing, roll out a metre, roll it back, push it in, job done. This really isn't rocket science. People get really scared of this part. Honestly, it's a piece of piss. Right, that's tiring though. Right, on to the next bit. So there you go, all pulled back. I can now see the original glue that I've got to, so now I can roll, join up with that. Job is a good one. And again, exactly the same as before. You can now see that's all done, looking bloody lovely. Put the joint on first, so that when I put this one on, I can just slide it straight across and make my life easier.